Hey everyone, this is TJ Deal. I'm a managing director at Charles Aris. As many of you know, we are an executive search firm that specializes in corporate development and strategy recruiting, and really the lens by which our firm is most known is we run the industry's largest such practice of doing so. And my role here is I lead our corporate development practice. This is the practice that I started back when, and over the years has grown from myself to now about a team of 15 that focuses exclusively on corporate development roles, largely in large part for private equity portfolio companies. About 90% of what we do, and we're doing around 70 such searches a year. So we're coming up on the midway point of this year. It's been an interesting 2023 to say the least. Q1, after a record year of 2022 in our practice, Q1 continued that same trend. We were pleasantly surprised. We've been bracing for this slowdown for a while now in this practice, and we had a really good record Q1. Q2 we definitely saw a little bit of a dip, but even with that, we come out first 6 months of the year, we're about even with where we were last year, and last year was a record year. So we've been kind of cautiously optimistic with the resiliency of M&A hires, and even in this sort of interesting market. For those of you that follow our newsletter, our offer report will be coming out here in a few weeks. It covers the first 6 months of searches we did and offers that we saw in this practice. So stay tuned for that coming up in a few weeks. 4 takeaways from the first 6 months of this year. First one, the surprise of the year in a positive way. Tech M&A has stayed very strong. We definitely expected a slowdown in tech, given all the news that that we're seeing, the struggles that the public tech companies are having. But we've been really pleasantly surprised with the resiliency of tech M&A hiring, both IT services, but also software that stayed really strong. The surprise of the year, from a not so positive way, is healthcare. Has definitely been down over the last few months. And generally speaking, between payer, provider, life sciences, healthcare technology, generally speaking, at least one or two of those industries will be spiking pretty heavily at any given time, and they've just all been slower the last few months. Now, we are now seeing things specifically in the month of June that are sort of pointing to that changing a bit as more and more work in the healthcare space is starting to come in. But it's been definitely a significant piece for sure. And the not so surprise of the year is services continues to be really consistent. Head of M&A searches for private equity-backed business and field services, and as well as professional services, has continued to stay strong and consistent. Basically 2021, 2022, 2023, has continued to stay up there. And I guess the last thing is just industry to watch in the back half of the year. Manufacturing, specifically in kind of 2 subverticals, one being aerospace and defense. We're seeing a lot of energy in that sub-industry right now, and the other being automation. Big, old, heavy manufacturing, we're continuing to see less and less of, but we're seeing a big push in kind of automation, tech-driven manufacturing, corporate development searches. So that's all I've got. Thank you for the time, and we'll see everyone next quarter.